Hi, this is Bob Wicks. I'm the Town of Lysander supervisor, and we've had some technical difficulties this morning, so we are trying something with Facebook. Hopefully you're getting this live. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update where we're at. Tell you because we haven't had our meetings, and we're going to have one this week, but it's closed to the public. So a couple of things that came up. The assessments. I know it's terrible timing for the assessments. Miss Golden and I have been taking a lot of calls, and so have some of the other board members regarding your assessments, and it's just unfortunate timing. But those letters and everything that has to do with your assessments are all regulated by state law. And unfortunately, the governor didn't give an executive order which would exempt us or anybody else from the timing of the letters or the assessments or the appraisals or anything else relating to the assessments. So we have to follow through with those just like we normally would. And if you saw what the county executive did as well, he also sent out a letter or an email to the citizens stating that we still have to pay our taxes, and he was including us, the town, and every other resident in Onondaga County. So I think Ms. Golden is doing a good job with explaining to people what the process is. She wanted to give everybody a fair amount of time if they have a problem with their assessment to grieve their assessment, and she's also doing phone interviews. So if you have a problem with your assessment, give her a call and she'll discuss it with you. If you don't like what she had to say to you, then you can go to and appeal it before the appeals board. And if you don't like what they have to say, there's always small claims court. And any of those processes, if you need help with them, feel free to give me a call, and I'll be happy to help you with that. I'll give you my number at the end that you'll be able to call. So if you need a pen or a piece of paper, you might as well grab that now. But I can tell you that the assessor is working with people. Pretty much the people that are calling have been, if not happy, they've been satisfied with the resolution or the explanation that they've been getting from Ms. Golden. The budget. If you haven't seen, our state budget, our county budget is in tough shape. The state, the governor said that we're probably going to be in a shortfall of anywhere between 10 to 15 to 18 billion dollars. That's revenue that we're never going to see back. Those are sales tax revenues, and those are gone forever. On the county level, the county executive sent out an email, and the county's going to be about 34 million. They're estimating right now 34 million in the hole. Again, that's revenue because it comes from sale tax that we're never going to get back. Now, because this is Facebook, I got to continue to touch the screen here. I'm starting now to work with the department heads on saving money out of this year's budget. We want to save money out of this year's budget because we don't know what the budget's going to look like next year. But we're looking at worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is we don't get the grant funding that we normally get. The grant funding accounts for tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars for us. So we got to make sure that we have enough revenue next year so that we can operate without any type of increases. That's why we're addressing it right now. There are 2 projects right now that we're going to have to put on hold because that we've already started because they are funded directly from state and county funding, and that's the Willett Parkway project. We had to put a hold on that. We couldn't get assurances from the state that money's going to be there in a timely manner. Now, we did, our representative, Minority Leader Barkley, did say that we would eventually get the money, but eventually that's pretty ambiguous. We don't know how long that is. So we're going to put that one on hold, as well as the Mott Road project, because part of Mott Road is going to be funded with county money. So those 2 projects right now are on hold. Everything else is going to be done. We're going to be, we have to fix our roads. We have to buy highway equipment. That's what we're doing. We're putting in our money into areas that are essential. over the next year, we're going to save as much money as we can so that if next year's budget and funding from the state and the county is extreme, like it could be, like I said, we're preparing for the worst case scenario. We will have we will have as much money in the fund balance as we can save from this year's budget to help us with next year. That's why we're not moving ahead with Willett Parkway, because that would deplete our fund. If we went ahead with Mott Road and Willett Parkway, that would use up $750,000. Our fund balance wouldn't be able to handle that, and we need that money next year in case we have to dip into it to help us with next year's budget. Park programs, some of those programs are probably not going to occur this year, and we're trying to save some money. So if there are, we're looking at maybe opening up the park a little later. And the reason for that is we don't know what our Department of Health and the CDC guidelines are going to be moving forward. How long are they going to ask us to keep up this social distancing? So right now, if you go into the park, we took the basketball hoops down. We fenced in all the playgrounds because we don't want people in there having kid parties or playing basketball or getting out on the tennis courts, hanging out together, because it's just not safe. We each day we continue to get more and more cases that have tested positive in Onondaga County, and we want to do our part to, as Lysander residents, to make sure that we are not part of the problem. We're doing pretty well so far, but we want you to utilize the park, but just for personal recreation, not anything with groups. That's why you'll go in there and you'll see the pavilions are closed, the playgrounds are closed, basketball courts are closed, but everything else is open. You can walk your dogs, you can walk the trails, whatever you like to do with the park, as long as you just use good social distancing from anybody that you come in contact with other than family members. We're going to keep Town Hall closed, and the reason we're keeping Town Hall closed is we don't want people congregating in the town. We don't want our employees being exposed to other residents, and we don't want other residents to be exposed to our employees. We want to make sure that people stay safe. Now, people are working. I'm in the office every day. Department heads are in the office when they need to be on a daily basis. Other people are working from home. So you can still conduct business with the town. The only thing is, some minor things, like your dog licenses and fishing licenses, you're probably not going to get them right away. But if you have a dog license that expires, don't worry, we're not going to come looking for you. We understand that anything that we have under our control that expires right now, you are okay. We are not gonna charge any fines if we have control over it. We're not gonna come looking for you if your dog's license isn't renewed until after this thing is over. So don't worry about that. Now, as I said before, my number is 315-857-0281. If you have a problem, call me. Call my office. Leave a message. I'm in here Monday through Friday, usually Saturdays and Sundays as well. But I check my phone every day, and I get back to people. I've gotten back to everyone that's called in. I've gotten back to them. And everybody that's calling in to the department heads, they're returning their calls as well. Now remember, Beeville Helping Beeville. That's a program that Pam Mylock set up with about 30 or 40 residents. And their number is 315-857-0292. That number comes into the town, and it gets rerouted out to volunteers that are manning the phones. So if you need help with something, give them a call, and they will try and facilitate that. If they can't help you, call the town. We will try and do whatever we can to get the help that you need. It's normal to feel anxious. Everybody's feeling anxious. I mean, I'm feeling anxious. My wife is feeling anxious. My grandkids, everybody. So that's normal. But don't worry. Things are gonna get better. If you just think about this, don't worry about things that aren't under your control. What's under your control? Staying at home and staying safe. Staying away from people. Don't go to the grocery store just for something to do, because that's where people are coming in contact with other people, and that's where you're going to get sick. If we can just hold on, this thing is going to go away. I can't tell you when, but it's going to go away. We just got to take care of each other, and then make sure that we don't get sick, our family members don't get sick, and we concentrate on the things that are under our control. Make sure that you're taking care of your family members. If they need help, give them a call every day. Anybody that you live near, or call them up, make sure they're doing okay. And if they need some help, try to help them out. If they live in Lysander and we can help them, we'll help them as well. If you have friends, if you know people that are in your neighborhood, that make sure you call them, give them, see how they're doing. Make sure they don't need anything. Those are things that are under our control, and that's what we got to make sure that we concentrate on. Don't get caught up in listening to the news all day long. I listen to a lot of news because I have to, but don't get caught up in just listening to bad news. It's not all bad news. In fact, the indications are that this thing is starting to peak out, which is a good thing for. Just try to. There was someone calling in, so just try to. Concentrate on those things that you have under your control, so that you don't get all caught up in things that there's nothing you can do anything about. And again, if you need help, give us a call. Remember, our local businesses are hurting. We want our local businesses to stay in business. If you can, try to order out. My wife and I, Roseanne and I, 2 or 3 times a week, we try to order out from local businesses. We want them to stay there. We like our local businesses. I realize that some people are out of work. If you're out of work, certainly do not do that. You need to save your money. You don't need to worry about other things. But if you can, try to keep your business right now local, so we can concentrate on helping out our people in our community. Again, if you need anything else, give the town a call. We're here. We're working every day. There's only a few things that you're not going to be able to do through the town, but I can assure you that your government is here. And we're every day I'm working on making sure that we stay solvent, and the department heads are doing that, and that's what we're going to continue to do moving forward. Thank you.